first going to talk what the concept is all about. A little bit of history of myself. थोड़ी मेरी हिस्ट्री के बारे में, थोड़ी मेरी कंपनी के हिस्ट्री के बारे में, थोड़ी बहुत अबाउट द प्रॉफिट मार्जिन्स, थोड़े बहुत हमारे आउटलेट्स क्या है, हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स क्या है, एंड इसकी फ्रेंचाइज लेने में या आपको एक फ्रेंचाइज लेने में हमारी क्या बेनिफिट्स है. तो बेसिकली हम ये पॉइंट्स कवर करेंगे. बाकी जो डिटेल पॉइंट्स लाइक सेल्स कितना है एंड सेटअप कॉस्ट कितना है, वो मैं एकदम बेसिक में कवर अप करूंगा, बिकॉज वो है एक्चुअली बहुत डिटेल्ड, एवरी लोकेशन के लिए अलग होता है. तो इन सेंस आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट people who are interested to put down their email ID after the presentation, in the presentation or right now, जिसको हम एक पूरा इन्वेस्टर सेट का पूरा मेल भेजेंगे, जिसके अंदर एक फाइनेंशियल मॉडल, ब्रोशर, डिटेल में सभी चीजें रहेगी, जिसमें 99% आपके सभी जवाब आंसर हो जाएंगे. एंड बिकॉज ये लाइव वेबिनार है, इवन आफ्टर द प्रेजेंटेशन अगर आपको कोई सवाल जवाब है तो यू कैन easily give me you can raise your hand, give a question, and 99% I will try to satisfy you here and here only. So yeah, let's start with the presentation. Now first we'll come up to what is who are we. We are actually a hospitality company. हम 30 साल से ये इंडस्ट्री में है. I personally have about 20 years experience in the hospitality industry. I have done about 3 hotels, about 8 restaurants, 2 nightclubs. This is our first foray into the retail thing. But yeah, this as a retail brand also is a 5-year-old company. Now we will talk about what is bubble tea. बबल टी ये कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है. डॉक्टर बबल्स हमारा ब्रांड है, बट बबल टी इज द कॉन्सेप्ट. ये बबल टी एक साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कॉन्सेप्ट है. ये एक्चुअली नवा कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, बहुत ही पुराना कॉन्सेप्ट है. जैसे इधर पाव भाजी मिलती है, उतना ही पुराना कॉन्सेप्ट साउथ ईस्ट एशिया का है. उधर की लाइफ बहुत ही फास्ट होती है, बहुत ही हसल बसल में होती है, लोगों को खाने पीने का टाइम नहीं मिलता है उधर. तो दे क्रिएटेड अ ड्रिंक जिसके अंदर खाना भी हो, पीना भी हो, प्रोटीन्स भी हो, कार्ब्स भी हो, एंड अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ फैट्स भी हो. तो इट इज अ मील इन ओन सेल्फ. तो लिटरली आफ्टरनून का मील 90% लोग खाली एक बबल टी पी के ही निकाल लेते हैं. तो ये सदियों से उधर बिकता है. बट अभी फ्रॉम द लास्ट 5 to 10 years इट इज बिकम वेरी फेमस इन द वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज ऑल्सो. आप यूएस, यूके, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, यूरोप, आप किधर भी डालिए, सबसे ट्रेंडिंग प्रोडक्ट राइट नाउ इज बबल टी. ये क्यों इतना ट्रेंडिंग होने लगा? क्योंकि लोग इसके अंदर एक्सपेरिमेंट करने लगे. नाउ बेसिक प्रोडक्ट क्या है? जस्ट अ ब्लैक टी या एक मिल्क टी, जो चाय जैसी मिल्क टी, कोल्ड टी होती है. उसके अंदर उन्होंने ये ब्लैक टैपियोका पर्ल्स, आप देखेंगे सेंटर वाली ड्रिंक के ऊपर एक ब्लैक पर्ल्स है, जो एक्चुअली होता है साबूदाना ही, बट साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में ब्लैक साबूदाना रहता है, दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड ब्लैक टैपियोका पर्ल्स. वो डालते हैं. इट इज वेरी टेस्टलेस प्रोडक्ट. तो इट इज अ वेरी मेच्योर प्रोडक्ट, जो ब्लैक टी और रेगुलर चाय उसके अंदर ये डाल के देते हैं. तो वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में इसमें बहुत ही ज्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग चालू हो गया, जैसे पॉपिंग बबल, जेली. जो टी थी उसकी जगह उन लोग मिल्क शेक्स यूज करने लगे, क्रीम्स यूज करने लगे, वेराइटी ऑफ फ्लेवर्स करने लगे. तो इसका जो फ्लेवर प्रोफाइल था, जो प्रोडक्ट था, वो बन गया बहुत ही बड़ा पोर्टफोलियो. इट बिकेम मोर इनटू, जैसे आप कॉफी पहले एक फिल्टर कॉफी ही मिलती थी. कॉफी बोलो किधर भी, आप 10 साल 20 साल पहले कॉफी बोलो तो फिल्टर कॉफी ही होती थी और कुछ नहीं होता था. पर आज वो कॉफी में कुछ नहीं तो 50 डिफरेंट टाइप की कॉफी बन जाती है. वैसे ही ये जो प्रोडक्ट बबल टी, जो सिंगल प्रोडक्ट था, उसका उनने बना दिया एक पूरा पोर्टफोलियो, जिसके अंदर आप लस्सीज में भी हम इधर बना देते हैं, हम इधर कॉफीज में भी अभी बना देते हैं. तो दैट इज व्हाई वी टुक दैट प्रोडक्ट एंड वी रियली एनहांस्ड इट. तो इसके अंदर अभी आप खुद की एक शॉप, खुद का एक कैफे खड़ा हो सकता है. ये इतना बड़ा प्रोडक्ट पोर्टफोलियो बन जाता है. Now, why did we get it into India? ये जब भी हमने यूके, यूएस, वेस्ट, साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में तो हमने बहुत टाइम पहले से ये प्रोडक्ट देखा हुआ है. बट जब भी हमने देखा ये वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में एक्सेप्ट हो रहा है, एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं, राइट नाउ इट इज द मोस्ट ट्रेंडिंग फास्ट फूड प्रोडक्ट इन वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज. तो बिकॉज इट बिकेम सो ट्रेंडिंग, वी थॉट लेट्स गेट इट इनटू इंडिया. तो हमने जब इंडिया में फर्स्ट 3 shops डाली, our investment was very high. We started 3 shops at about ₹1 crore because we had to import all machineries. But why we did that is we wanted to see कि customer impact, customer जो feedback है वो क्या है, ये product accept भी होता है कि नहीं. But हमारी first 3 shops only started doing amazingly well. So we started reverse engineering everything, including the raw materials, the machineries, the packaging, the flavor profile. हम पूरा का पूरा हमने localize कर दिया. तो उससे इट बिकम्स वेरी इजीली रेप्लिकेबल और कॉस्टिंग भी बहुत कम हो जाती है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, जो हमारा फर्स्ट आउटलेट 30-35 लाख में सेट होता था, अभी हमारा आउटलेट 14 से 15 लाख में सेट हो जाता है. जो पहले मशीनरी को 30 लाख लगती थी, सॉरी 20 लाख लगती थी, आज वही मशीन हम 3 लाख रुपए में पटाते हैं. तो वी हैव एक्चुअली वर्कड अ लॉट इन रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग. तो दैट इज व्हाई द फ्रेंचाइजी जितनी भी हमारी खुली है, आर मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर प्रॉफिटेबल because they don't have to invest a lot into the ROI. So yeah, that's the basic history. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so basically about us, जो मैंने पहले ही बोला, we started off with 3 outlets. Now ये 3 outlets में हमने क्या चालू किया, हमने जैसे bubble tea was a very small segment, but we started off only with 20 flavors of iced teas. We started only with iced teas, not with iced coffee, not with bubble teas. Sorry, not with iced teas, not with milkshakes, nothing. Just iced teas के साथ हमने चालू किया. तो बट विद दैट वी स्टार्ट कंबाइनिंग विद पॉपिंग बबल, जो टैपियोका जैसा दिखता है बट इट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. पॉपिंग बबल, जूस जेलीज, टैपियोका, चॉकलेट चिप्स. And then we started seeing what are the, and we started these 3 outlets in different locations. Like we started the first outlet in a high street area, we started the second outlet in a mall, and we started the third outlet in a cow gully kind of an environment. So 3 different locations. इससे हमको जो सेल्स पैटर्न है वो आइडिया आ गया कि लोग का सेल्स पैटर्न क्या है. Now one of the biggest questions, when people take a franchise, why does a person take a franchise? Because he first wants to enter into an industry. Yeah, so this industry is the hospitality. Now if you enter into the hospitality industry, what do you want? You have 2 options. Either you take something which is super famous, but वो super famous में already 50 लोग बैठे हुए हैं, या you take something जिसमें super potential हो, it is a unique brand and it has proper research behind it and proper क्या बोलते हैं, research and development behind it. So you take something like that जिसमें future ज्यादा हो, because what we feel, a brand or a concept which is already on its top is only going to see decline, but a brand which has future in its mind is going to start and take the upward trend for the next coming years as such. Another thing, what do you see in a brand? कि इसमें profit अच्छा हो. So because like we said, we've gone into the reverse engineering, आपका ROI भी कम है, तो you will get into profit faster. And another thing, आपका जो raw material costing है now, because everything is localized and it is made only for us or it is made by us. So the profit margin on everything you sell is 75 to 80% profit margin. So it's a really good profit. Another thing, what we've done is, जैसे we started off, जैसे मैंने बोला, only with bubble tea, but now we do bubble coffees, we do bubble lassis, we do bubble shakes. Then we are doing the full dessert menu. We even started something with savories.
Mr. Adnan, please check your network. Dear participants, Mr. Adnan will join us in next 2 minutes. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Hi guys, sorry, थोड़ा internet went down. I'll just share the screen again. Ashok ji, is it live again?
Yes, Mr. Adnan. It's
Okay,
live.
so-
Please share your PPT.
Yes. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry for that. Okay, so another thing, go back to the slide. Yeah. Okay, so जैसे मैंने बोला, there is something for everyone. We've kept out the whole shop in laid out the menu. Even if a whole family come, adults come, so it's not only a teenager brand, but yeah, it does start out with you have to have a USP. So our USP will always be bubbles and Dr. Bubbles only. Sorry, bubble tea and bubble tea only. But because पहचान होती है कॉन्सेप्ट की कि पिज्जा हट में लोग पिज्जा के लिए आते हैं, बट उसके साथ में भी 10 चीजें मिलती है. तो दैट इज व्हाट वी डन इज concept and core product is bubble tea, but uske saath mein we've put a variety of products, so that is why there is something for everyone. Another thing, why do you take a brand, is wo brand jana pehchana hona chahiye, and they should have experience in franchising. So in the last 4 years, 5 years, we opened about 45 outlets, जिसमें से खाली 3 हमारे हैं, बाकी सब हमने फ्रेंचाइज ही किए हुए हैं. So our product is very very easily replicable and it is very easily manageable in franchising environment as such. Nothing, we've got about 4 to 5 awards in the last 2 years. That is mainly for innovation. Like, like we initially got the concept from international concept, but because we've localized it, because we've made it according to Indian taste, we've actually got a lot of awards in terms of for innovation. Like, for example, like bubble coffee. It is, we are the only people in India brewing coffee with green coffee. That's in industry first. Another thing what we do is we have a formula for success जो हमारा है वो need and speed है. अभी कस्टमर की जो नीड है उसको आप कितनी जल्दी you can give it to the customer, that all will always pronounce the success of the brand. Like it should not be something which is internationally bought and India के लोगों को पसंद ही नहीं आ रहा है. जो नहीं पसंद आता हम वो इंस्टेंटली चेंज कर सकते हैं. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया ये जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है वो टोटली हमारा है. तो इफ वी गेट a complaint from a customer or a suggestion from the customer कि you want the drinks to be thicker, like bubble tea in the international market is a very very thin drink, it is very watery, but when we got it in India, people started complaining कि हमको इतनी महंगी अगर ड्रिंक चाहिए तो we won't want it watery, हमको इतना आइस नहीं चाहिए. But we started modifying that and we made it more into a thick shake rather than a, we do have the really authentic ones, but yeah, we saw acceptance जो है वो thicker का ज्यादा चलता था, ज्यादा मीठे का ज्यादा चलता था. So we can always modify that. Another thing, we have a FOFO model. FOFO means franchise owned and franchise operated model only. इसमें आपका टोटल कंट्रोल रहता है बट पूरा बैक एंड सपोर्ट हम देते हैं. हाउ डू वी डू दैट? पीपल से बस स्टाफ तो आपका है, ड्रिंक बराबर बनेगी कि नहीं, स्टाफ को ट्रेनिंग होएगा कि नहीं. Now what we made it like a total McDonald's KFC kind of concept, which is completely रॉ मटेरियल एंड मशीन बेस्ड. मतलब जो रॉ मटेरियल हमारा आएगा वो मशीन में डाल के लिटरली सर्व करना है, दैट्स इट. उसमें आपको कोई भी स्किल सेट की जरूरत नहीं है. जैसे आप देखेंगे इन ऑल द बिग ब्रांड्स 90% ऑफ द पीपल हु आर वर्किंग, जो इनिशियली आते हैं जो लोअर लेवल पे, आर जीरो लेवल पीपल हु हैव नेवर वर्कड इन द इंडस्ट्री. कोई किधर कैफे वैफे में काम नहीं किया होता है. तो दैट इज व्हाट वी आल्सो रिक्वायर. ओनली द मैनेजर लेवल पर्सन, if 90% is a very small setup, so the owners only do the management. But if you keep a manager level person, you need a smart person. But the lower level people is something, हम किसी को भी ये पूरे एक दिन में ट्रेन कर सकते हैं टू डू द होल मेन्यू. हमारा पूरा एसओपी बेस्ड मैन्युअल है जो हम हमारे फ्रेंचाइजीज को देते हैं, विच इज आवर प्रोप्राइटरी प्रोडक्ट विच वी मेड इट फॉर फ्रेंचाइजिंग ओनली. Yeah, so what I will take questions after the presentation if you all don't mind. So I can just go through it, go with the flow. Yeah, so like how I told, backend support, the staff required is also fresher, but yeah, they should be smart. It's not like education is a must, but yeah, they should be smart, and we can train any and everyone. We could train your office peon to do the whole menu in a day's time. Setup is done from us, everything is done from us. The only thing you have to do is stand over there and do business. Going to the next slide. Okay, so most of our outlets are 150 to 250 square feet carpet. So people say, why do you do small outlets and not, big cafe kind of an outlet? Like I said, our product is a little small product, so it does not need that much space. And it is more of a takeaway product. It's very easy to have product. You can set up a cafe, but cafe is more of an experience of the location, not of the product. तो हमारा प्रोडक्ट ही हमारा मेन सेलिंग पॉइंट है. तो स्मॉलर द एरिया बेटर. इसमें फायदा क्या हो जाता है, इट बिकम्स इजियर टू ऑपरेट. हमारे कोई स्टोर है जिसमें एक ही स्टाफ रहता है, वही क्लीनिंग करता है, वही ऑर्डर लेता है, वही बना के दे देता है. एंड बिकॉज आफ्टर द ऑर्डर टू मेक अ वन पर्टिकुलर थिंग, इट जस्ट 2 to 3 minutes में टोटली आपका प्रोडक्ट बन जाता है. सो यू डोंट नीड मोर पीपल. दैट इज वाई. एंड जितने कम लोग लगेंगे उतना आपका फिक्स कॉस्ट जो है वो कम हो जाता है. नथिंग क्रिएटिंग एन एम्बियंस. जितना छोटा आउटलेट हो उसमें डिजाइनिंग इजी हो जाता है, सेटअप इजी हो जाता है. द थर्ड थिंग विच इज द इमोशनल एस्पेक्ट, के शॉप भरी हुई दिखती है. आज जितनी बड़ी जगह लेंगे वो खाली खाली दिखेगी. तो जितनी छोटी जगह है, आप ज्यादा लोग देंगे तो लाइन में खड़े रहेंगे, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. एंड बिकॉज आपका आउटपुट इज रियली फास्ट, यू कैन टेक केयर ऑफ 10 people in 15-20 minutes. So we don't want a really big store. We want people to take the bubble tea and leave. Nothing. Staff control. Like when you have a bigger outlet, controlling staff, you will have to keep quality staff. Either come staff with automatically control on the staff becomes really easy. Stock control. आप जितनी बड़ी आउटलेट रहेगी उसको देन वो हिसाब से आपको सर्विस करना पड़ेगा. या एवरीथिंग वी डू इज ऑन डिस्पोजेबल्स. So once you give it to the outlet, it is their headache what they sorry, give it to the customer, it is their headache what they do with it. You know, we give dustbins, they have to throw it. Is totally self service kind of a concept. So stock controls become really easy. Now पैसे की बात करें तो ऑटोमेटिकली आप छोटा आउटलेट लेंगे तो आपका रेंट इजी हो जाएगा, आपका रेंट कम हो जाएगा. जितना आपका रेंट कम होएगा ऑटोमेटिकली आपका रिटर्न और इन्वेस्टमेंट जो आपका इंटीरियर कॉस्ट हो गया, एवरीथिंग गोज लेस. तो एवरीथिंग बिकम्स फास्टर. Basic thing upon us again, जो हमारा concept है, all the outlets if you see are lab themed. Why do we keep it lab themed? Because we have 4 different bases like bubble tea, bubble coffee, bubble shakes. फिर उसके बाद में भी choose the flavors. उसके बाद में भी choose the toppings. उसके बाद में भी choose the size. So it's a lot of an experimenting kind of a thing. So we made all our outlets lab themed. Then we have a lot of waffle varieties. जैसे मैंने a lot of people say कि आपके पास खाली पीने की चीजें हैं, तो we started waffles also. All our waffles are very different. 1 second, I'll just have to take this call. Sorry for that. I'm getting a lot of disturbances today. Yeah, nothing. We have a lot of combinations. Like I told, bubble tea, where we started, bubble tea, just 2 different drinks, black tea and milk tea. But in total, we have 200 different types of drinks which we can make, which are again combined with 20 different flavors of bubbles, jellies, tapioca. And again, it can be, varies in 3 different sizes also. So we have a lot of combinations. We do use imported ingredients till now, like the bubbles जो आज भी है, which are some of the exotic flavors जो हम इंडिया में नहीं replicate कर सकते हैं. We still import them. We import them in commercial quantities. So pricing is still amazing. Another good point of the brand is it is pure veg. So all over India we are safe to sell. We do have concepts in which we do serve non-veg, savories. Yeah, but then the customer can always opt for making 100% pure veg or a little bit of non-veg sweet. It can always be made to order. And nothing people moving to these trends, but automatically जो metro cities में चलता है वो tier 2 tier 3 में और जल्दी पिकअप करता है. So we are future ready with all trends, not
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Adnan. Please check your network connection.
से ये तो unhealthy है, ये तो high है. We have a lot of drinks which are zero. Okay, is it clear now, Ashok ji?
Yes, Adnan ji, it's now clear.
So like I told, we are using all non-dairy creamers, we are using sugar-free concepts, we are using vegan concepts. So we are future ready in that sense. These are some of our franchisees we've opened and some of the awards we've got. I will be putting this slide again on the last in the question and answer round. So you can take down my number, my email ID. This is my private personal number. I personally take care of each and every franchisee in terms of expansion. So you can, after this presentation also, you can give me a direct call on this. Now, another very, very important point is everyone asks brand support क्या होएगा? आपके concept अच्छा है, everything is good. What is the brand going to support? Because it is a FOFO model. दुकान मेरी है, मुझे ही चलाना, तो brand क्या support करेगा? तो सबसे पहले तो हम दुकान सेटअप करने में दुकान की डिजाइनिंग है, इंटीरियर डिजाइन है, उसका क्रिएटिव डिजाइन है, उसका फेसबुक डिजाइनिंग है, सोशल मीडिया डिजाइनिंग है, वो हम टोटली पूरा करते हैं स्टार्ट टू लेके एंड। जो आपका टर्म है 5 years का, वी विल बी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योर ईच एंड एवरी डिजाइनिंग नीड्स, जिसकी हमारी हेड ऑफिस के अंदर पूरी टीम बैठी हुई है। सॉफ्टवेयर डिजाइनिंग की, जो सॉफ्टवेयर पीओएस का बनता है, जो इंटीरियर डिजाइन है उसकी इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग की टीम, जो सोशल मीडिया डिजाइनिंग है उनकी टीम, नथिंग जो ट्रेनिंग है, वी हैव अ फुल ट्रेनिंग टीम जो फिजिकली भी ट्रेन करती है, ऑनलाइन भी ट्रेन करती है। एंड दिस कोविड के एरा में ऑनलाइन थिंग इज, जो जूम कॉल्स के थ्रू हम ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, हम ये पहले भी करते थे, तो वी नो हाउ टू यूज द ऑनलाइन वे, हाउ टू ट्रेन एज सच। नथिंग सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग, वी टेक योर केयर ऑफ योर फुल मार्केटिंग नीड्स, जितनी भी ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग आपकी नीड्स है, वी विल बी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ इट टोटली। इसकी भी हमारी पूरी टीम बैठी हुई है, एंड वी कैन ऑलवेज कस्टमाइज इट टू योर सिटी, योर नीड्स। आपको कोई स्टूडेंट्स के ऊपर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना है, वी इफ यू कन्वे टू अस, वी विल फोकस मोर इन दैट साइड। अनदर थिंग, बैक एंड सपोर्ट, मशीनरी का सर्विसिंग से लेके, मशीनरी की ट्रेनिंग से लेके, स्टॉक्स प्रोक्योरमेंट से लेके, everything we will be supporting. Nothing, we will also be helping you and pushing you to get and do more events. Events is a very big income. I will be coming that on another slide. Nothing, we can do pan India marketing. So for example, you are from an X city and you have in doubt that we cannot do marketing over there, we can easily do pan India marketing. So don't think maybe your city is a tier 3 city or tier 2 city, so how will this big company do marketing over there? We have a team which is specializes to do research in every city, and जो वो city का trend है वो हिसाब से marketing करना. Another thing, we are a brand which is made on innovation. Like you understand, हमने इतनी नवी नवी चीजें बना दी है. We're not in a concept where we are selling only one specific drink, or we are selling खाली milkshake बेच रहे हैं या खाली waffle बेच रहे हैं. We are continuously innovating. Like we just launched something called savory waffle, जो potato waffle होता है. So what we do is we launch in our parent outlets. We see what the customers are saying, and then we start sharing it with our franchisees. Some franchisees say कि हम खुश हैं हमारे sales से, we don't want to add new things. So and some people say नहीं हमारा sales नहीं move हो रहा, give us a new product. So we continuously every 3 to 4 months we share the new innovations with our franchise. These are our some of our USPs. जो मैं बोल रहा था, हमारी खुद की मशीनरी है, everything is commercially made. तो इसमें जो कॉइल लगना है या मोटर लगना है, एवरीथिंग इज इंडियन मेड। तो इंडिया के कोई भी कोने में आपको किधर भी इसके पार्ट्स मिल जाएंगे। तो फॉर एग्जांपल आप सबसे बेस्ट में बेस्ट इंपोर्टेड मशीन ले लो, वो जब खराब होएगी उसके पार्ट्स किधर भी नहीं मिलने वाले। तो दैट इज व्हाई व्हाट वी थॉट इज नॉट यूजिंग द बेस्ट, बट जिसकी सर्विस सबसे बेस्ट हो, हमने वो प्रोडक्ट्स यूज किए हुए हैं। तो दैट्स द वे वी मेंटेन आवर फ्रेंचाइजीज, एंड दे इफ उनकी मशीन एक दिन डाउन होगी तो उसका सेल्स ऑटोमेटिकली गिर जाता है। तो दैट्स व्हाई विद आवर इंडियन मशीन वी मेक श्योर दैट द डाउन टाइम इज द लीस्ट एज सच। दिस इज अ ग्राफ इन व्हिच हाउ वी हैव ग्रोन ओवर द इयर्स। नाउ another question is, how do we get the ROI faster? First of all, so you have to give your 100%. A lot of people say that they come into the industry just to think दो दुकान वाला बाजू वाला कमा रहा है तो हम भी कमाएंगे। नहीं, हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री में you have to give your 100%. If you can't give your 100%, you have to have or employ a person who's going to give his 100%. Hospitality industry mean, like, if you are a customer, you go to a restaurant, you want the best of the best service, you want the best of the best products. So uske liye that outlet has to give their 100%. If a customer is giving a complaint or giving a suggestion, so we have to be able to act on it as fast as possible. And just a mere staff who does not have any right or power to do anything, he will never be able to act on a customer's suggestion as such. So I feel owner's attention is 100% required for the initial months, and thoda karke then you can make it a more remote control kind of a concept. But yeah, hospitality industry, if you don't be hospitable to your customers, you aren't going to reach anywhere. Another thing, we connected with marketing. Marketing is one of the second most biggest thing after service. So we have all online marketing platforms. We have a page, and we'll create a page specifically for that outlet also. So you're not stuck only with the original page जिसमें कोई relevance है नहीं as such. So in which you can also be connected with your customers. So we'll make you the admin of your specific page also. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, events is one of the biggest things or the best way to get extra sales. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया 100% आप देना चाहिए, but if you are ready to give a little more, you're ready to give 150%, events will get you more sales than your outlet also. So if we have maybe abhi COVID ke time pe there are not a lot of events, but at one particular time we were in some outlets we were doing more sales in events than we were doing in our shops. Why do we do that? Is like I told, we are the only people who manufacture bubbles in India. We are the only people who, like for example, आप खाली bubble tea डाल दीजिए आपके Google पे, आप कोई भी city में हो इंडिया में, we will be the first name which pops up, Dr. Bubbles. So, people who want bubble tea at the events, we will be the only people to cater to. So, we get a lot of inquiry through our website. So, and then we put it onto our franchisee. For example, Surat mein inquiry hai, so we will put it out to our Surat franchisees, and from there, whoever wants to take the lead can take the lead as such. So, we will be training you for kitty parties, corporate events, marriage functions. We'll be doing all of that. So, in that, like, if I give you numbers, so we have some outlets which are doing 6-7 lakh rupees a month sale in just the shop, and about 10 lakh rupees event sales in the peak months as such. So yeah, that's how important events are. Now we come up to our eatables. Like you see, we have even our waffles and our eatable are completely unique. Center में हमारा bubble waffle है. Why do we call it a bubble waffle? Because आप देखेंगे उसमें बड़े बड़े bubbles है. The bubbles are soft, but the inner layer is crispy. So it looks like a cone, and this glass. So you can imagine how big this waffle is. So it is actually a freak waffle. It is one of our most trending products. Trending means something जो लोग उसकी सोशल मीडिया पे पोस्ट करते हैं. तो आप जितनी मार्केटिंग कर लो, पर अगर लोग आपके लिए मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं, दैट इज अ मोर इफेक्टिव मार्केटिंग. दैट इज व्हाई वी create trending products. All the products which we have are so colorful and so different that people automatically take photographs and put it online as such. Even our waffles, if you go to see, we don't have the regular Belgian waffles. We have something called American waffles. I will focus more on the other slides in the product. Another USPs we have of our bubble tea. जो bubble tea के अंदर भी बहुत सारे chemical bubble teas आते हैं, artificial flavors के थ्रू आते हैं. All our ingredients are naturally sourced. For the people who are thinking about healthy, organic, we are exactly that. Our bubbles initially used to be import from Korea, but now we do import them from Taiwan. Fruit flavors are there जो हमने Indian taste buds के लिए बनाया है, and we converted it a lot. जो एकदम कम मीठा पतला प्रोडक्ट था उसका हम वी मेड अ नाइस रॉयल रिच काइंड ऑफ अ प्रोडक्ट जो इंडियन कस्टमर्स को भी पसंद आए. नाउ आई विल जस्ट गिव यू बेसिक आइडिया ऑफ व्हाट आवर प्रोडक्ट है. जो सेंटर में हमारी ऑथेंटिक टी है, जो टारो बबल टी है, जो पर्पल कलर की, वेरी अर्थी फ्लेवर. So yes, we have kept the authentic ones. So for example, people who traveled from outside and when they come into India, they want something which they've had outside. So we have the full authentic menu. But yeah, we started with iced tea, we started with iced coffee, lassis, milkshakes. So all different types of flavors. This is our basic menu का जो product model है. So we have iced teas, milkshakes, cappuccinos. So we have hot stuff also. We're not stuck only with the cold items. Iced coffees, yogurt shakes, square waffles. So in sense, and all these product models may we have 20 different flavors. So you can imagine how big the menu is. So some of the new innovations we started is the green matcha cappuccino, the purple taro tea. So this is the exact menu. In this we have sizes. We have iske baad mein you can choose your toppings. So there's a lot of combinations you can do. So we're going to be putting this whole menu on email so you can go through it. But just to give you an idea, we have flavors, very local flavors like kachi curry, masala jeera, to very exotic flavors like passion fruit, cranberry, Kit Kat, pulpy orange. So we played around with a lot of flavor profile. Now coming to our bubble teas, again in India when we launched bubble teas, we launched bubble teas with black tea. Now you must have seen in India जितनी भी Lipton की iced tea थी और black tea के अंदर इतना iced tea move हुआ नहीं. It was not a very success product. So we switched to green tea. So we are the only people in India brewing iced teas with green tea. इसमें फायदे क्या है? It is healthy. It is full of antioxidants. And Indian people really think that green tea is a slimming kind of a product, which yeah, in some sense it is. So, and then we can pair it with, the different toppings. So we've taken a very boring, healthy product and converted it into a nice, funky product as such. Bubble coffee is also like how I told you earlier, we brew coffee with green coffee. Green coffee is non-roasted beans. You would normally earlier could not brew coffee with that. So we freeze dry the the green coffee, make a powder out of it, and then we brew it. इसमें फायदे क्या है? That is 0% caffeine, so it's safe for your kids. It is 0% bitter. तो इसमें फायदा क्या है कि आपको कॉफी का पूरा टेस्ट आएगा, बट बिटरनेस जीरो है. एंड उसके अंदर देन यू कैन इंड्यूस मोर डिफरेंट फ्लेवर लाइक मैंगो, ब्लूबेरी, आप फ्लेवर्स यू कैन पुट. एंड ब्लैक कॉफी इफ यू एवर ट्राई टू पुट वॉट एवर फ्लेवर, इट इज सो स्ट्रॉन्ग कि उसमें आप कोई भी फ्लेवर नहीं डाल सकते. So it is a coffee for all ages. Again, we can combine it with different types of bubbles, jellies, whatever you want. Then shakes. One again, our shakes are different and same at the same time. They are a thick, rich ice cream shake kind of a shake. It'll taste exactly like your regular thick shake, but it is made with 0% dairy. It is a non-dairy shake. It is a super low calorie drink, and it is again allergy free, lactose free. But it मतलब ये सब होने के बाद में it will never taste like not an ice cream shake. It tastes exactly like a thick ice cream shake. So that is one of the benefits. And again, this is a vegan shake. So we are the only people in India doing a low calorie lactose free drink, which is actually a thick, creamy, drink as such. Even our lassis, we don't use any dahi in it. We use a probiotic powder base, which is good for the health, good for the immune system, but it tastes exactly like a thick, creamy lassi. Now, इसमें ये सब फायदे क्या है? एक तो फायदे ऑफ द हेल्थ थिंग, another फायदा is the costing, third फायदा is we give everything in pre-packaged drinks. So it's not pre-packaged raw material packets which has a shelf life of 6 months to 18 months. तो इसमें कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है जो 2 दिन में खराब हो रहा है, 4 दिन में खराब हो रहा है. वॉट एवर यू हैव इन योर शॉप यू कैन फॉर 6 months to 10 months. और इतना टाइम कुछ चलता भी नहीं है, आप 1-2 महीने में इजीली सब स्टॉक्स फिनिश कर सकते हो. तो इसमें आपका वेस्टेज, आपका पिल्फरेज, आपका स्टोरेज, एवरीथिंग बिकम्स इजी एज सच. यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट कि आपको कोल्ड में रखना है कुछ भी, आपको खाली कबर्ड के अंदर रखना है, निकाल के मशीन में डाल के सर्व कर देना. Nothing. Now we come to our waffles. Like I told you, freak waffles, bubble waffles. They are bubble shaped waffles. They are freshly baked. Everything, the machine se leke, batter se leke, everything we will give you. You just have to make it in the machine. We can top it with ice creams, marshmallows, branded chocolate, and it is served like literally इतना बड़ा waffle निकलता है. People really get excited when they look at it. Nothing. American waffles, they're crispy on the outside, really soft on the inside. So if you like our waffle, you have to come back to us. इसमें मशीन भी हमारी है जो हमने खुद बनाई है, उसका बैटर भी हम ही बनाते हैं. We don't buy it from a third party vendor. So the taste is specific only to us. You have to come to us to get this kind of a waffle in India. Our waffle nachos, we make again, the chips are made in the shop, and then we top it with ice cream, chocolate, cheese, however we top it, and it's a nice sweet dessert which can be shared with 10 people. Normally आप अगर एक आइसक्रीम देखते हैं तो you cannot share it to 10 people. One ice cream has to be had personally. But this is the same effect of an ice cream which can be shared in 10 people. You take a chip, you take some toppings, and you dip it into your ice cream and you have it. So it's something which is you had it 10 times, but in a different way as such. Even our pancakes, pancakes are normally really fat, really big, very doughy to have. People who like it really love it, but people who don't like it, they would, so for them, which is a very big portion of people who don't like pancakes, we put really small in pancakes, a lot on toppings. So it becomes a very easy to have thing. Then, in India, आप देखेंगे लोग पिज्जा कम खाते हैं, उसकी टॉपिंग ज्यादा खाते हैं. Like in sense, they don't select कि कौन सा पिज्जा ले रहे हैं, they select कि क्या टॉपिंग्स आ रही है. So that is what we done with our pancakes. We focused more on the toppings rather than the base as such. So we made the base really small, it's really soft, really moist, and with different kind of assorted toppings. Again, we have the full hot chai menu, the full hot coffee menu is made in a proper barista machine. We've just kept 2 names over here, but we have the full menu in the tea section. We just don't have a regular tea. We have something called a Hong Kong tea, lemongrass tea, Thai tea, which is made from coconut milk. So a lot of different kind of chais we do serve. So in the cold months where the cold drinks won't really move, so we can do a combo of the waffles and the hot drinks as such. Nothing, we just innovated our potato waffles. They are waffles made with a potato base. Uske upar we put cheese and more of a savory waffle. It is a combination of French fries, waffles, and a pizza. ये तीनों का combination एक चीज में है, तो it is a very different product to have. The taste feels very similar to something you're having, but the product is very different. We have something called ice cream burgers. So we give it in a sweet tutti frutti bread. We serve it with scoop of ice cream. We put cornflakes and chocolate chips and chocolate sauces and different kinds of sauces in it and make it a nice dessert kind of a burger. Very easy thing to do. Doesn't even require any infrastructure to do it. We get everything is pre-prepared. You have to serve it to the customer. Again, now we talk about our toppings. जैसे मैंने बोला लोग toppings के लिए ज़्यादा आते हैं to bubbles. So our main topping, which is bubble tea का main topping is tapioca. This is something which is available all across the globe. The black tapioca pearls. It is tapioca is another word for the cassava plant. But yeah, it is actually just sabudana, but black sabudana. But this is the only thing which you have to cook every day. Other than that, everything we have, it is packaged and you can just remove and serve it. But this is something which we have to cook. We will give you proper training for it. But yeah, we are the only people in India serving this as such. Nothing toppings we have are the chocolate chips. Again, in chocolate chips, we are not only limited to one specific flavor. We have dark, we have milk, we have mix, and we have pure, pure white chocolate. Our fruit jellies, again, our fruit jellies are completely different than what you get in the market. It is made with a base of coconut, not gelatin, but made from a base of coconut. And anything in India you get is made with gelatin or agar-agar or local based things which make it jelly-like as such. But we are the only people in India making it with coconut. इसमें फायदा क्या? It is really light on the stomach. And it is something which is 100% pure veg. Gelatin, if you use, the word is only made out of jelly, the word is made out of gelatin, and gelatin has non-veg sources. So this is 100% pure veg. Nothing, इसमें कोई भी taste coconut का नहीं है. It tastes exactly like the flavor you asked for. So this is one of our unique things. Now we come to our main and the most selling topping is popping bubbles. So this is actually a syrup filled water balloon kind of a bubble, which we make it in our proprietary machines. They actually just freeze dried on top the syrup. So as soon as it touches your mouth through the fat straw we give you, as soon as it comes in your mouth, it will burst. So for example, you've taken a vanilla shake with blueberry and strawberry bubbles. Every sip you'll get a hit of strawberry, maybe you'll get a hit of blueberry. If you've taken kiwi bubbles, you'll get a hit of kiwi. And in the next sip, if you don't get any bubble, it'll just be a vanilla shake. So the different tastes coming in every different, so the syrups aren't mixing, they all separate. So every sip is a different, kind of a taste as such. So now we come to our stores. So if you see the basic store we've kept, this is in a mall in Mumbai. Now we talk about investment also. Also, the basic investment we are looking for a shop is about 14 to 15 lakh rupees. Now, how we get it so low is we do not target in, sitting. We target more of a takeaway kind of an outlet. Here we had place for sitting. We still put a small pink color Vespa where people could take photographs and post online rather than doing a sitting kind of a place. So in the 14 to 15 lakhs, 5 lakhs is your franchise fee, which we charge for giving you a contract for 5 years for our brand. 2 to 3 lakhs rupees goes towards the opening stock or the initial stocks you have to buy from us. That stocks is more than enough for about 1 month's time. About 3 lakh rupees worth of we give you the machineries. We will give you the full list of machineries. Even if you want to buy the machines locally, there are some machines which we buy locally, and if you think you want to buy it from your city only, we can always play around with that. And about 4 to 5 lakh rupees we catch the investment into the shop, which includes your signages, your flooring, your painting, your carpentry. Again, this is an estimate from our side, which is 100% on the higher side. So we will be giving you all design. So if you have a local contractor and you can get it done for 2-3 lakh rupees also, we don't have a problem in that. You can always get it done, but it has to be spec to our design as such. There's another store in Surat. There's our first store in Mumbai, which is at Bandra West. You see the outlet is more like a lab kind of a thing. Even the server is wearing a t-shirt which has a lab coat printed on it. So the feel is very young, but like it's a t-shirt, but it looks like a lab coat. These are some of our reviews, but you can always not take my word and go online and see our reviews on Zomato and Google and everything. So yeah, this is our basic presentation. And Ashokji, I don't mind if you take some questions right now.